Alright guys, this is gonna be a video response to Mason Steiner from Redscare TV called AntiComm TV fails at Libertarianism and Imperialism, trying to equate capitalism with imperialism, so we're gonna be making a response, but first I'd like to thank Mason Steiner for the response video, and we're gonna start this response.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
European citizens have spent the last 2 years voting to reject the failed policies of multiculturalism and mass immigration. So isn't it an amazing coincidence how left-wing future nationalists are welcoming?
Libertarianism is basically founded on the question, why not? He also goes on to write about how all these leftist parties one of the main ideas is not to care what other people think.
Well, so here's the thing. He kind of missed the point here. Like, so he's saying that libertarianism is all about seeking self-interest and stuff like that, but we still believe in immigration control and stuff like that to secure our borders. Help, for God's sakes, ISIS infiltrated Europe.
I mean, for crying out loud, and let's not forget last year that guy with Ebola. So yeah, God forbid that we shouldn't have laws to prevent people coming over here with all these diseases and stuff. I mean, personally, as long as you're not carrying any diseases or anything, and you can at least speak 20 words of English, I couldn't care less if you want to come in here. Come on in. I don't care as long as you can at least speak 20 words of English and you're not carrying any diseases.
Exactly, and as long as you come here with some identification. I mean, we're not anarchists. We're libertarians. We believe that there should still be secure borders. We don't just want anybody coming in here.
I guess you're libertarian. I just consider myself conservative.
Well, you could consider me both.
Well, we both have more in common, but we have more in common than with others, though. But go ahead, finish.
But if they were to care and go to the needs of everyone else, what they want, they'd be altruistic on what the people want and not what the immigrants or the refugees want. Because in fact, by
the Syrian refugees are not being kicked out or anything. We don't think that they should be kicked out or anything, but we believe that the people who are abusing the system should be kicked out because. And he also went on, I forgot, he talked about the wages somewhere. He says, who cares if the wages drop? Let me find that part.
A libertarian philosopher railed against, again, Ayn Rand said...
I'm not much of a Randroid, so...
They're not being altruistic. These parties aren't. They're allowing people to come in so that to a place they feel they're going to have a better life. And why should
it? Exactly, but we don't think that anybody should just come in like out of nowhere. Like I said, ISIS has infiltrated Europe. If you just let anybody in, the whole world is going to go into your country, and eventually it's going to be too overpopulated. And who knows if they don't come there with some identification, kind of like what Soldrift just mentioned about the whole Ebola thing.
Exactly, that guy in Ebola in Dallas who ended up dying. Yeah, there was no clearance, no way to figure out that he had Ebola. For all we know, he could have spread it out throughout the city.
Exactly.
Well,
that's my problem with letting people come here. I don't care if you want to come here. I welcome people come here. I want people to come here and fulfill their dreams in the United States. But damn it, do it legally. And personally, just do it to where you are not carrying diseases and you at least know 20 words of English at least.
And
yeah, I'm here.
Is that too much to ask for?
Well, Britain,
I just watched the video. Wait, I just watched the video, and he just doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what libertarianism is.
Exactly.
He doesn't know what conservatism is either.
First off, he started saying started talking about Iran. Iran was not even a libertarian. He even spoke against libertarianism because
she was an objective.
He started talking trash about it, and he was Iran was not considered to be a aggressionist.
Exactly.
So he doesn't start saying Iran. You believe what Iran believes or whatever, even though Iran was not even a libertarian. He was actually against libertarianism in the first place.
Yeah, she once criticized it, I heard. Plus, either way, I'm not much of a Randroid, as I mentioned.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Just supply and demand. If you're gonna bring more people to the country, sorry.
That's the thing with immigration. It's all about.
Oh, the mic is tweaking.
All the stuff.
I mean, I'm not telling these people to just go back to their countries and say fuck them. I'm just saying just go back over the border, come back over legally, do it the right way, get checked out.
The refugees who are actually leaving because of ISIS, that are actually being persecuted, could feel free to go there. But at least there's a way of knowing that they're actually real victims and not just people from Pakistan or random people from all over the world. That has nothing to do with what's going on in the war.
Yes.
True.
I'm not.
You also have wait. Let me speak. You also have the about supply and demand. If you bring more people, then we have to provide them with homes and schools and food. It's not going to be a higher demand, and we have to pay more taxes for them. And we cannot. If the higher the population, the more money we have to give, and there'll be less resources.
That's a good point. Well said.
All right, let me go back to what he says, and he also goes on about how capitalism is imperialism.
Oh, I'm going to debunk him on that.
Yeah, I could debunk him in seconds on that too.
I could debunk him less in a second.
That they're going to have a lower wage. That wages are going to be lowered down. Again,
exactly. We want the wages to go up higher. We don't want them to go down lower. Who says that we want them to lower down?
We believe that we don't need the government to regulate companies. We believe that it will make higher wages.
The market itself will regulate.
They like to use Australia as an example for that.
That's what Adam Smith meant when he's talking about the invisible hand.
Yeah, later on, we're probably going to do a video debunking the whole Adam Smith was an anti-capitalist lie.
Exactly, by Mr. Free Flow, or we now call him Mr. Shut the fuck up, Luis.
It's an altruistic value right there. It's being altruistic, which Ayn Rand equates to socialism.
It began after NATO governments armed and funded jihadist rebels in Libya and Syria, many of whom went on to join ISIS. If you keep destabilizing secular governments in the Middle East and trying to replace them with jihadists, the wave of legitimate migrants trying to escape that turmoil will never end. As Ron Paul writes, here is the real solution to the refugee problem. Stop meddling in the affairs of other countries. Embrace the prosperity that comes with foreign policy, not the poverty that goes with running an empire.
Capitalism needs imperialism to survive. It's capitalism. It's basically just capitalism reaching out to get what it wants.
Wait, pause. I want to talk first. You have to listen to what I'm going to say. First off, you need to look at history. When has capitalism was a result of imperialist wars? Now, who declares war on a country? The government. And we're talking about libertarian government. Not corporatist government. Because the majority of like, for example, the Iraq War, where you have corporatists, or I like to call them socialist George W. Bush, who declare war on Iraq. And because, okay, I don't support the Iraq War, but I believe there's a lot of lies spread about the Iraq War. For example, that we invade Iraq because of their oil, and turns out we give most of the oil to Afghanistan.
Most of the oil companies in Iraq, I think, were Russia and China.
And also, Saddam Hussein was actually producing oil cheaper then like so it would be kind of stupid just to invade a country because they have oil, even though they're just providing even to the United States cheap oil. And also look at history. Look at socialist imperialism when the Soviet Union invaded Finland. And this is going to just point out that stupid video from that Finnish Bolshevik, which I'm going to debunk. I actually came from editing my video. My goal is to finish it by September, at the end of September. And you also have the the war on Afghanistan, the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
Yeah, but they like to blame revisionism and stuff, which I will be debunking soon.
Yeah, you also got, and people are going to say, well, that's not imperialism because they didn't invade a country because of resources. What about the invasion of Hungary? And it was during Stalin, during World War II. They're going to argue. They're going to wait. They're going to start arguing. They're going to start arguing, saying, "Oh, Nazis, they were just defending themselves against the Nazis." But they invaded Hungary and used it as a territory, and they used their oil. So that's imperialism right there, and that was during Stalin. So you cannot just say, "Oh, that was just later Soviet Union." Supposed capitalism.
Exactly.
They may say it wasn't true communism. They may
don't forget the Chinese invasion of Quebec.
Imperialism isn't all about resources or anything like that. The whole point of imperialism is to expand your power, which means you will go more. Like you'll make your country a lot bigger, establish an empire.
Which yes, the United States technically is a big country, but at the same time, we're not really like all over the world by a country. We're mainly just over the world by military base.
Exactly.
I mean, because it's not like Japan. Yes, Japan may have a lot of military bases, but it's not part of the United States, so you can't just automatically just assume that we're an empire and call us imperialists. Unlike the Soviet Union.
Yeah, and the Soviet Union also have military around the world. They even have, like, during Stalin era, I meant.
Yeah,
they have military bases in Syria, I think Morocco.
Soviets had...
You know how you said that that they like to say, oh, it's not true communism? The thing is, the people who usually use that are AntiComms, and Mason Steiner hates AntiComms.
I know, but that's the thing. It's like I have a friend who's an AntiComm, or a former friend of mine. Apparently, he doesn't like to talk to me anymore. Yeah. I just can't understand. People just can't accept the fact that communism just don't work. It doesn't matter what kind of communism it is, state communism, anarcho-communism. It just doesn't work because social justice and wealth redistribution together just don't work.
Exactly. Well, but let's continue. Let's continue his video before we all start going off topic and stuff.
Yeah, because we'll probably get a video response saying you guys went off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you watch Mason Snyder's video on Scotty M, the recent one. He just keeps going off topic on that video.
In fact, if he wants to make the argument about these refugees...
Well, usually it does come... sometimes it comes from imperialism, but we could just trade. If we had a free market, we could just trade with that country.
Yeah.
Imperialism is usually drawn... Like, here's the thing, Lewis. I can't really find it, but I was hoping if you could go on the dictionary and find the what's calling the synonym for imperialism, and you'll find it's collectivism.
Yeah, but he's going to use the argument and say, oh, dictionary changes.
Yeah, they only like the dictionary when it benefits them.
So what? Marxism, Marxism changes as well. Freaking Marxism, democratic socialism, Stalinism, Maoism, it changes.
All right.
the standards of living, you have to make the argument to keep imperialism in place where it is right now, because without it, all the cheap oil is going to go away. All that black shit.
No, you don't, because like I said, we could trade. That's all part of capitalism. All trade is capitalism. All trade is capitalism.
Free trade.
Trade doesn't kill anybody. Imperialism does, but trade, like foreign trade, international trade, doesn't kill anybody.
Here more the cost of living. This is a hypocritic argument right here. I'm Redscare TV.
I can't wait till Scotty's response to his response video.
Oh, I doubt. But Jim Jesus is gonna make. He just told me like a few days back, saying, "Oh, I was actually watching several of his videos, and blah blah blah," and he was saying he was planning to do a video response, but he keeps getting distracted with other topics. So he's trying to get try to watch Redscare TV, many Redscare TV videos, several of them, so that he can make a ginormous video response to Redscare TV or Masons and that.
All right.
Like,
all right, everybody, so that's it for now. We're signing out. Peace, everyone.
Okay.